This is a short video about how to get into your Stoller Scratch account using your Stoller issued Scratch username and password. They're a little confusing because we have 1,600 students at Stoller and each of them have to be unique. And it also has to be something that each sixth grader can get and then use as they move through Stoller. So first off, on the screen you'll see the top line here, and that's this line right here. That's going to be your username, or at least yours is going to be very similar to this. The password is going to be down here. Now first off, it looks a little confusing. It looks a little bit like a Stormtrooper ID if you think about Finn in The Force Awakens. It's a little bit kind of like that. So the first part you'll see is the ST, and that stands for Stoller because that's our school. The 26 here stands for the year that you're going to graduate from high school. For this class, this is the 2026 school year. The second letter right here that you'll see is the hall that you're in when you come to Stoller. Now, it could be R right here, but it could also be B for Blue Hall, G for Green Hall, or O for Orange Hall. And again, that's when you came to Stoller, the hall that you were in. Then this is an underscore. So then this right here is the last initial that you have that's on file for your name at Stoller. And then this right here is going to be your first initial. And that has to do with your last name and your first name. So just the first letter that appears. Now, if you have more than one last name, it's just going to be the first letter from the first of your last names. And the last right here, you'll see 3 digits, and these are the last three digits from your student ID. So your student ID number. So, and that has to do with, we can't put your whole student number in there, but if you have just the last 3, it'll make it super unique. So then we come to your password. And your password's actually a little easier. It's going to be your first or your last initial. Right there, your last initial, but that has to be capital. It has to be capitalized, and the same with your first initial right there. So it's going to be capital. And then this right here is going to be your whole student ID. So that's your whole student ID number. So if you put this into your, if you go to Scratch, scratch.mit.edu. If you put that into the username and password field, you should be able to log in first. So now a couple mistakes that people usually make is they flip these two around. So just make sure that it's your last initial and your first initial. Another mistake that people make is that they don't make these capitalized right there. So you need to make sure that you do that when you log in. When you log in, if you make it in successfully, it'll show that you're joining the 6th grade class. And then it'll ask you for the country that you're in. And even if you're from a different country, right now your feet are in the United States. So that's okay. You can change it if you move. And then it'll ask you your gender, male, female, or if it's not listed, you can write one into the box. And last but not least, it'll ask you for your birthday and just the month and the year. And Scratch is just collecting data on that just to see the age of the people that are using their platform. So you shouldn't lie. But anyway, if you have any questions, first ask a neighbor, and then you can ask Mr. Bush. All right, thank you very much.